Hello everyone, it's Miss Mary, and welcome to Mastering Emotions. In this series, we're going to talk about what emotions are, what they feel like in our body, how they affect our behavior, what kind of situations evoke them, how they are created, and what we can do to have better control over them. Let's get started. So what are emotions anyway? It's a complicated question. The simple answer is that emotions are how you define the way that you feel. Sometimes our emotions can be overwhelming and feel like they're taking over. I don't know about you, but I don't like the idea of anything controlling me, so let's figure out what we can do about it. The first step is to begin recognizing what's going on inside of our minds and bodies. We'll start by sitting up tall and closing our eyes. Bring your awareness to your body. Slowly scan your focus from your toes to the top of your head, noticing any sensations. As I talk about each emotion, try to remember what it feels like in the body, how you react to it, and what situations make you feel that way. Let's begin. Joy. What does it feel like to experience joy? Excitement, glee, happiness? What types of things get you excited? When I feel joyful, a smile spreads across my face. The muscles in my forehead and neck relax, and I feel a burst of happiness. I'm filled with delight to see my family, friends, or pets. I also feel joy when I am reminded of a happy memory, doing something I love, surprised by a gift, or go somewhere I've always wanted to. Anger. What does it feel like to be angry, annoyed, frustrated, enraged, indignant? What kind of situations make you mad? How do you react to anger? What kind of things do you do and say? Anger comes to me as frustration when I'm struggling with something, indignation when I've been treated unfairly, or fury if someone hurts a loved one of mine. Sometimes when I get angry, my face gets warm and my body tenses up. I have had the urge to raise my voice, stomp, scowl, or slam things, but I have found that those reactions only make things worse, so I've been trying to stay calm instead. Drive. What does it feel like to be driven, determined, inspired, competitive? What fills you with determination? What kind of things does it inspire you to accomplish? Drive is my motivation to keep going. It feels like a burst of fresh energy to formulate new ideas. It encourages me to learn, travel, and create. I am filled with inspiration and drive when I see great art, read an amazing book, visit beautiful places, and see my friends succeed. Sadness. What does it feel like to be sad? Upset? Depressed? Lonely? Disappointed? What kind of things make you sad? How do you handle it? I feel sad when something doesn't happen the way I had hoped, when I have to say goodbye to someone I care about, when I miss the way that things used to be, or when I'm feeling insecure. It feels like a hole inside of me draining my energy. Sometimes I start to feel a lump in my throat and tears in my eyes, and other times my whole body shakes with sobs. More often, though, I am simply quiet and move slowly. Sadness tempts me to lay in bed all day and avoid the world, but that never makes me feel better. Lately, I've been working on letting myself feel sad, but then actively seeking out things that make me happy. Peace. What does it feel like to be peaceful? Calm? Tranquil? Content? What makes you feel peaceful? What thoughts does it bring to mind? I feel peaceful when I listen to the sounds of nature in a still atmosphere, have a conversation with a friend, read a good book, or drink my tea in the morning. It feels like a pleasant calmness to me as all the tension in my body relaxes. I think of ocean waves, the smell of a campfire, the gentle hum of insects, and a hammock. Fear. How does it feel to be afraid, nervous, shocked, terrified, anxious, startled? What kind of things scare you? What do you do when you're scared? What do you think the purpose of fear is? Sometimes I have small fears like worrying about getting all of my work done or what other people think of me. Then there are instances of fear like being afraid for my safety and the people I love. I often feel my brow furrow, my shoulders tense, my jaw clench, and my stomach cramp. A sense of dread fills me, and it becomes difficult to do anything. Sometimes fear can warn us of danger and motivate us to do better, but excessive fear can immobilize us. Once fear is no longer helpful, we should let it go. What about fear that we voluntarily give ourselves by watching scary movies and visiting haunting houses? Why is some fear enjoyable? Do you like scary movies or haunted houses? Why or why not? Curiosity. What does it feel like to be curious, interested, inquisitive, puzzled? What sparks curiosity in you? What do you think its purpose is? To me, curiosity feels like a yearning to know more. It's like an itch that crawls into my mind and needs to be scratched. I feel curious when I am in a new place, I see something strange, or I learn something remarkable. My mind refuses to settle until I've thoroughly investigated the source of my interest. Curiosity leads me down paths I never would have imagined. Disgust. How does it feel to be disgusted? Grossed out? Offended? Appalled? Nauseated? What kind of things disgust you? What do you think the purpose of disgust is? I am usually filled with disgust when I sense something gross or see people do things that are immoral and hurtful. It often evokes the odor and imagery of rotting garbage, bubbling sewage, steaming piles of poop, but also violent criminals, corrupt authority, or selfish billionaires. Sometimes I gag or grimace and my stomach churns. Amusement. What does it feel like to be amused, entertained, to find something funny? How do you know when you're amused? What do you do? What kind of things amuse you? And what do you think the purpose of laughter is? Amusement can be a reflexive grin, an appreciative chuckle, or uncontrollable laughter to me. It feels like a warm bubbling mirth and glee in my chest. My favorite comedies, my sister making silly puns, my brother cracking jokes, and my cat being goofy are all things I can count on to give me a good laugh. So where do emotions come from? You may be surprised to learn that our minds create them. The first thing the brain considers is our affect, or how the body feels overall. This is made up of two components, valence and arousal. Valence is our comfort level. whether we feel good, bad, or somewhere in between. Arousal is how alert we are, or our energy level. At any given moment, we fall somewhere on each of these scales. The point of our affect is to let us know when our bodies need something. What type of things affect our comfort and energy levels? Our affect, or how our body feels, is constructed by a function of the brain known as the body budget, which manages our energy resources. When we start to feel unpleasant or super low on energy, that's usually our body's way of letting us know we need something. The most common things that affect our energy or comfort levels are nutritious food, like vegetables, drinking water, exercising, getting enough rest, and spending time with loved ones. Maintaining a healthy balance of all these practices will go a long way in making sure our bodies and minds stay healthy. Remember, it's all connected. The next ingredient we use is past experience. Our brain scans our memories, comparing them to the current situation in order to determine what our emotional experience should be. Asking, what was my emotional reaction to feeling this way in the past? This chart shows the different ways our affect and past experience might reflect themselves in our mood. For example, having a lot of energy might make you feel excited when you feel good, but anxious or angry when you're experiencing discomfort. Having low energy and being comfortable will often make you feel peaceful and relaxed, but it can also feel like being depressed or exhausted when you are feeling negatively. A lot of us spend most of our time somewhere in between, but we all have moments of intense feeling. If we learn to recognize what causes emotional reactions, we can work on being in control of them. It may feel like, in order to be honest with ourselves and others, we should let emotions control our behavior. However, I haven't found this to be very helpful. Indulging our impulses in a fit of passion often leads to getting in trouble, consequences, and regret over our actions. Sometimes we even hurt ourselves or others. Instead, spend time thinking about how you could handle situations differently in the future. Create goals that reflect the type of person you want to be, and reward yourself for even small steps forward. It's possible to accomplish anything with concentration and practice. And that's it. Thanks for sharing your time and energy with me. I'll see you next time on Mastering Emotions.